1992-93 FA Premier League. History and background. The 1992-93 Premier League season was the first year of the Premier League. It began on the 15th of August 1992, and the final day was on the 11th of May 1993. The league consisted of the 22 teams which finished the 1991-92 season, and with a £305 million deal with Sky Sports for television rights, the Premier League was practically identical to the old First Division of the Football League. The majority of First Division clubs, particularly long-established top clubs including Arsenal and Manchester United, were in favour of a breakaway from the Football League. Although Football League President Bill Fox criticised the planned Premier League as an attempt by the Football Association to hijack the First Division. The structure of the new league was identical to that of the previous season's First Division, comprising 22 teams, with each playing the other 21 twice for a total of 42 matches. Ipswich and Middlesbrough had been promoted from the old Second Division as champions and runners-up respectively, and Blackburn took the third promotion place after winning the 1991-92 Second Division playoff. The teams: Arsenal, Aston Villa, Blackburn, Chelsea, Coventry, Crystal Palace, Everton, Ipswich, Leeds United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Middlesbrough, Norwich, Nottingham Forest, Oldham Athletic, QPR, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, Tottenham, Wimbledon. The season. Shortly before the season began, newly promoted Blackburn signed Southampton's 21-year-old England international striker Alan Shearer for a new British record fee variously reported to be upwards of £3.3 million. Several other players moved for fees of £2 million or more, including Arsenal's David Rocastle, who joined Leeds, Dean Saunders, who moved from Liverpool to Aston Villa, and Teddy Sheringham, who left Nottingham Forest for Tottenham. The structure of the new league was identical to that of the previous season's First Division, comprising 22 teams, with each playing the other 21 twice for a total of 42 matches. The first Premier League title went to Manchester United, the club's first title for 26 years. Their title was achieved with a 10-point lead over runners-up Aston Villa. Norwich City led the table for much of the season, but their challenge faded in the final weeks of the season and were out of contention 3 games before the season was over, after they lost 3-1 to Ipswich Town. Norwich did, however, finish in third place, achieving European qualification with a goal difference of -4. This is the highest Premier League finish by a team with a negative goal difference. Blackburn, in the top division for the first time in almost 30 years, finished in 4th place. They briefly led the league early in the season, but suffered a shortage of goals after Alan Shearer, who had scored 16 times before the turn of the year, suffered a torn cruciate ligament and missed the second half of the season. The title race was largely between the clubs who finished in the top 4 after early challenges from the likes of Coventry and QPR were not sustained. Nottingham Forest's league form had suffered through the sale of key players like Des Walker and Teddy Sheringham, and they were bottom of the Premier League for much of the 1992-93 season. Their relegation was confirmed in early May when they lost to Sheffield United. Next to go were newly promoted Middlesbrough, who fell from mid-table at Christmas to go down in second from bottom place. Last to go were Crystal Palace, who failed to win their final game of the season, which would have instead consigned Oldham to the final relegation place. Oldham's survival was secured with a 4-3 win over Southampton. Title holders Leeds finished 17th, which was the lowest finish from a defending league champion since Ipswich finished 17th in 1962-63, after having won the title in 1961-62, and the lowest any top-tier champions have so far finished in the Premier League. Leeds failed to win an away game in the league. Winners and awards. League winner, Manchester United. Top scorer, Teddy Sheringham, 22. Top assists, Eric Cantona, 16. PFA Player of the Year, Paul McGrath. PFA Young Player of the Year, Ryan Giggs. PFA Team of the Year. Goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel. Right back, David Bardsley. Centre back, Gary Pallister. Centre back, Paul McGrath. Left back, Tony DeRigo. Right midfield, Gary Speed. Centre midfield, Roy Keane. Centre midfield, Paul Ince. Left midfield, Ryan Giggs. Striker, Alan Shearer. Striker, Ian Wright. FA Cup winner, Arsenal. League Cup, Arsenal. Charity Shield, Leeds United.